Well, welcome, welcome. I am Dr. Jordan Smith. I am a 20-year Marine veteran, and also the last 20 years I had taught high school math. First 10 years were in a traditional high school, and the last 10 years it was in a continuation school, and the continuation school was really where I really enjoyed things because I was able to work with kids that had given up on learning. And a lot of us, as we approached and we were looking for additional income, and you're here probably because you're looking for additional income. We wanted to create a business. I've always wanted to create a business, but no one ever set me down, and I never took any business classes. So this is as a result of the rule or the law of hard knocks, as I've struggled during the last 6 or 7 years to come to this point. And people look at it and say, well, people are just lucky for this or that as they're building a business. But you know what? Jeff Bezos started Amazon out of his garage. That wasn't by luck. That was determination. But he eventually learned how, and he strategically moved up in Seattle. Why? Because it was close to Microsoft and the programmers, because he had a vision of trying to streamline and make it automated. And look what has happened now. Everyone has an Amazon account. Everyone orders, and Amazon trucks can be seen all across the country and the world. Okay, so the profile of the prophet is about optimizing your Facebook profile and optimizing your business page profile as effective landing pages designed for one thing, is to capture leads. Capture leads. Now, as we go through this, and the leads, from a business standpoint, this is what we need to understand. You're going to have a lead, but what do you do with the lead? Well, you're going to have to nurture that lead. It's like a seed in the ground. You're going to have to water it, which means we're going to have to build conversations with someone. When we first meet someone, we don't have any idea about their background or anything else, whether we like this person, whether we can trust them, whether they're an authority figure. We just don't know. So even on a social platform, it takes that nurturing. We don't buy things the very first time. We may buy things after the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, or 15th time. So the difference between someone who's just struggling or trying to make a few dollars and someone who's making 100,000 or even a 7-figure income is because it wasn't a lead problem. It's because they also what to do with that lead. And that was actually to develop a system. Okay. So you have to have a system, and that's what part of this course is. So the profile of the prophet, we're going to talk. So in the lessons behind this, they're going to go, and you're going to learn from Blake Newbar, which is a guy who's made 7 figures. So he's a millionaire that he knows what he's talking about as far as building organic traffic. So this is a way for someone that you don't want to spend a lot of money on ads. You just don't have the finances. You're just not ready to put your whole feet inside the system. But what you do want to do is to start to generate leads, okay? And that's why this first purpose is. But after you go through it, you're going to see and understand that if you want your ads to be effective, you need this first. You got to have a solid profile, and you got to have a solid business page, which is conducive for whatever you're trying to market to, okay? So with that in mind, now here's the thing. So you go through a process. You're going to get a lead, either organically or paid traffic. And then you need to take that lead and develop conversations with them so they learn to trust you or recognize you as an authority figure. And those conversations will turn into an appointment. And that appointment is where you're going to do your presentation. And from that presentation, you get customer. But there's another phase. See, because many times you'll get a customer, and here's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing now and why I do like a wellness company or consumer direct marketing or network marketing. And the reason is this. I have sold books, and my books are on Amazon. My audio books are actually on Audible. But here's the thing. I do have people that go there, and the only way to get them to buy my stuff is that I need to advertise through Amazon so that they are aware, because there's millions of books out there. So if you have a book on Amazon and you're not advertising through them, then your book is not being seen. It's just like stuck on a shelf on like behind me. That's where your book is at. So you have to learn how to advertise. But the other problem is this. See, for every book, I've sold over a couple thousand books over on Amazon. But I have no idea who bought my book. They are not my customer. They're Amazon customers. And so that's one of the first courses that I started to reach out for. It was, I ran into an Air Force Academy graduate, and I connected because I went to the Naval Academy and my brother went to Air Force Academy. But this young man was talking about that very thing. And his design was, he showed about systems, about that you would go ahead and run Facebook ads, but the first mission was, the priority was to build a list. And I really didn't understand it totally. I knew that I didn't have a list, but virtually his concept was that you run an ad, you go ahead and give away a free book. That's a lead magnet. And then people will give you that email in exchange for that lead magnet. Okay. And then what you do is that you capture their email and then you start nurturing them by providing them with emails and follow-ups and everything else. And I did that, but I lost a lot of money. I lost a lot of money in that experimentation because I didn't get the whole picture. Okay, I really didn't understand. When we talk about an email system that's going up and out, I could do that manually, but if I'm working full time, I ain't got time to be doing all that. So what you did, he had systems. So he had a software that he would recommend. Matter of fact, it was 3 softwares. So it wasn't just to set this system up. I had to pay for all the things that, guess what, Amazon already had set up. That's why people get frustrated when they say, okay, the Amazon already got the customers. You just plug it into their customer base. Okay. So if you're going to be successful in your online business, I know I kind of drew that out, but I'm just being honest and let you know that there's a process. So we're going to have leads and we're going to nurture them with conversations. Those conversations are going to turn into appointments because we're listening to their needs and we want to address their needs and provide a solution that goes in an appointment, that goes to a presentation that explains to them what can help them with their problem. Okay. And then they become a customer. But now what? You want to turn that customer into a referral machine. You want that customer to be a regular customer. So my problem was when I was selling my books, that how many times they're going to buy my book? One time. They're only going to buy my book one time. So the thing is, but if consumables, the average family spends about $200 to $300 on consumables. What are consumables? My toothpaste, my body soap, the lotions and stuff that I put on my face, the cleansers, the shampoo, the razors that I use. How many can I imagine if I only had 1 penny for all the razors I've used throughout my life? Those are consumable products. So that's why I was attracted to my company, which happens to be Melaleuca. It's because they've been in business for a long time. They're doing over $2 billion in sales, but it's everyday consumables in addition to the health and wellness side. Okay, so now we got that. So now that's what this section is about, to let you know. So this section is, once the person becomes a customer, how do you nurture them? Some of these leads in order for them to become customers. And then when they do become customers, how do you keep them as customers? And also understand the 80-20 rule, that 80% of your income can come from 20% of the people in your customer base. So if you're building a business and you have 100 customers, okay, only 20 of those customers are going to be interested as far as building a business. Just like myself, I have actually been buying products from Melaleuca since 1991, off and on. But when I started getting my health issues, and when I got prostate cancer in 2023, I went all in. I went all in. Okay. And then I started taking more and more of the products. And then I realized, you know what? Maybe someone who has PTSD or who has had a family history of prostate cancer or has high blood pressure or has high cholesterol, they need to know about these products. And for me, as a Gulf War veteran, I had issues with my sinuses because of breathing in all that black oil soot over from the Kuwaiti oil fields. So my allergies are all screwed up. So regular cleaning products just throws my allergies all the way. Okay. So this is what this section is for. So this wellness educator blueprint is not just a strategy. It's a transformational approach that will revolutionize how you build your business, or specifically your wellness business. See, it's going to shift the focus from sales to education, positioning you as an invaluable educator and resource. And with cutting-edge wellness insights and genuine support, you're going to learn how to create trusting relationships that's going to turn prospects into lifetime buyers. This blueprint offers you the strategy and action steps needed to grow a community of customers and team members eager to invest in life. So when a person becomes a customer, they need to understand. In other words, they're going from a lead to a prospect, someone who's interested, and then they're going to become a customer. And then from the customers, you're also going to get people that want to build a business. So your new business builders are often attracted to the business by the proven effectiveness of a line of products. So once they become a customer and they know about the products like I do, and I'm going to use them every day, then they're excited opportunities for them to present. But see, growth can be elusive and without a clear direction of how to find, enroll, and retain. So the road to success can get a bit bumpy without a map. And that's why this blueprint isn't just a guide, it's your GPS to success, complete with all the helpful details and full scenic routes. So within the pages, you're going to uncover the following: foundations of success, how to build a community and attract people to it, the educational ecosystem needed to power it all, and the roadmap to find, enroll, and retain customers, and what you need to be fully equipped as a wellness educator. So that's what this blueprint is for. So now you have the profile, that's optimization to optimize your landing page without you having a website or do any of that stuff. Okay. And you have a model to follow. On my Teach, Lead, and Inspire Instagram account, you can see how that is set up. Also, more importantly, the Teach, Lead, and Inspire Facebook page, that is something that you want to be able to go ahead and follow, because you can see an example of how the system is set up to work. Okay, with that in mind, you have fun and you have things to do. This is Dr. Smith.